out at Willow Springs for Grid Life. It's beautiful, tons of noises everywhere. A lack of sleep, you know, the usual with the way these sort of events go. We're about to go get teched in, checked in, registered, you know, all the boring part, then hopefully get this car back on the track. The awesome part about this is today's the first day of 2, and we're doing Streets of Willow, which is the course I did with Billy Johnson as my co-pilot teaching me in the FC. So I know this track, and I know this track's the same direction I'm going. So I'm taking the 3-rotor out, new car, same track, and then tomorrow it's gonna be same car, big one. I'm excited to see what this thing will do. I haven't really had a chance to shake it down too much, but it's dialed in. One of the reasons it has a hard time starting is because the fuel system shuts off while it's trying to prime and whatnot.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I watch fuel pressure just dropping. So like right now, it's fuel pressure's 3.
Perfect.
So 12.
Almost.
I'm not even pressing anything. That's literally just letting the car do its own thing. Oh, that's sick. I think the one with full interior. I don't know. Hey.
What's up, brother? Think you being street mod? I'm thinking.
Yeah, street mod is what I was thinking too.
All right.
We didn't pass tech. Now, whatever you're thinking is the reason, that's probably wrong, because that isn't why we failed tech. It's because of the battery tie down. We don't have a way of tying down the battery. I was gonna put an anti-gravity in here. I asked them last second, so we couldn't get that in time, so we were using the old battery, and I never really gave a shit about tying it down, and so that's the reason we are not passing tech right now. So we're gonna drill some holes in the car, field surgery. All the guys at RX-7 are here and helping out big time. What do we have here, sir?
It's agua chili.
Bro, you didn't ask, you didn't even make
Say it with spice.
Agua chile.
There we go, there we go.
Oh, see? I got you.
What's the respect?
Isaiah is the foremost expert on speaking Spanish.
I'm actually in line to do a Valvoline's Mexico
Hey,
commercial.
man, I took 2 years of Spanish and I failed it, man. So.
I only passed because the high school teacher was a predator.
This ceviche is delicious. These guys are making this event. It's amazing. The guys that manage the event, Grid Life, are awesome people. All of that makes this way better than just another track event. Because I kind of wondered, what's this event going to be about? And I love it already. I'm very intimidated because they put me in Track Pro.
Track mod.
Yeah, Track Professional is the way I'm taking it, which I am not, but the car is. And so a little intimidated by that, but I think
It's because I touched it. It's professional now.
with all the cars in this shop, I am often juggling everything going on. You know what's nice? Thanks to Keeps, there's very little to juggle other than the options that you have when it comes to preventing hair loss. They have got a lot of different choices. Some of them is just personal preference. So for example, right here, some of you may be familiar with this. This is foam, this is droplets. Simple enough. Do that every morning. Easy enough. Actually uses hair gel. Works out perfect. Yeah, thank you. You guys may have seen me on Facebook or Instagram ads holding this, and this is one of their newer products, is thickening shampoo and conditioner. The conditioner has a nice thickening product. It has caffeine in it. Has a couple other things to help encourage hair growth. 2 out of every 3 men experience some form of male pattern baldness by the time they're 35, and my family certainly was definitely going for the 100% on that statistic. That is the downside. The positive is nowadays there's technology to prevent it. If you are interested in learning more and taking 50% off of your first order, go to keeps.com/RobDahm to learn more. That's KEEPS.com/RobDahm. now the staging area, and we're about to stage, so it's all happening all at once.
Have fun.
I will. Yeah, the fucking fans didn't turn on. I clicked it and I couldn't see this. Obviously, you're not supposed to focus on this. And Fuel Tech was like, no, you can't do it while the engine's on. And then the logging didn't work at all. I lost fuel pressure briefly.
All things considered, you did at least a 133.
Really?
Yeah.
Tires weren't even warm. It's very soft. A lot of body roll, like feeling. She can hook way harder, but I need to turn the boost down. The car survived. It's fine.
Was it fun?
It was fun, and it was going to be more fun.
More fun than the FC?
Way more fun, but it's too much power, so you're constantly letting off, so you can't get your best, entry into a corner. You can't do anything consistently at all. I'm gonna firm up the suspension. These tires hook. That was our very first time out in both cars, and a lot of learning was to be had for everybody. Super fun stuff. I've hardwired the fans just to be on while the cars key on. Well, not even key on, the car's just gonna always be on doing that. So it kind of sucks, that's what we've had to resort to, but it'll get it done. We're gonna do another group. We're still in the lowest group again. I ran a 133. I basically ran a 129 on the FC, so totally faster on that car. Even the ECU registered 31 degrees of body roll. So 30 degrees of the car rolling. It's because we have no bracing on the two frame rails. The two frame rails are independent. There's no strut tower and there's nothing in the front anymore to stop it. So I think that's a thing that we have to address, because the body roll makes me feel like the car's about to dump it and lose it. And of course it's gonna add weight to the outer tire. The plan for this round is I cut tons of power out of the car. So I was at 30% pedal off, 30% pedal off. Everything was working great, but I'm generating tons of excess heat doing it that way too. I knocked it down about 3 PSI each gear. So it should be closer to 500 horsepower. Well, certain spots could handle that higher horsepower, but I need to get a base. I need to get a standard run going so I get that like cadence. Turn in here, stop here, brake here, and then I'll be able to speed up from there. But on the back, almost straight, the front straight. I haven't even like I could start from the top way up there and then just hook it and
You're letting off early.
I'm letting off on purpose, and with the car overheating, those always add tons of heat. So that's my current strategy.
much fun. You're a good car.
So that was utterly insane. I got into the 120s, 129. It was like trying to race a Cadillac. It's hilarious. The body roll is, like I said, getting crazier and crazier, but these tires are amazing. It's really windy outside. Car was just bouncing all the way around, and it was hilarious because up on turn 3, so coming up the top, I gunned it, and then the car just whoop, whoop, and it's just nice and soft, easy to predict, and you know, I countered it, and came out. I could definitely get into 127. There were people in front of me, and of course, yeah, I'm very bashful when it comes to stuff like that, but holy shit, the car rips. And with the fans on, I got like 2 more laps. I got at least 3, and I was sending it. On the back part, I was hauling ass and I was passing people. I got some really good points. I reused what Billy taught me with the other car to make that thing sing, but what a wild car. I got up to 230-degree temps before I shut it down, so I also let it run a little longer. Lower boost made the car so much more controllable. The E-Gate worked like a charm. You know, with this software update from Fuel Tech, the E-Gate is giving me the power I want, so it's not punchy and then dropping. It's and so very predictable. So I was able to get through turns, especially the back part, consistently. So the E-Gate's really coming a long way, but I can have no boost and I can have full boost. That's one of the coolest parts, is that, you know what, hey, for first gear, let's just have 1 PSI, which is I think what I have it at. Second gear is 2 PSI. Fourth gear is I think 8 PSI, but like, you can't do that with a wastegate spring as easily as you can with an E-Gate. Pushing this car this hard, as long as you've seen it, is gonna open up a rat's nest of new issues. And we fortunately were visually inspecting it and found that the heat caused the zip ties to break open. Like, look at it, it just pulled the zip tie off, and it fell, and it pulled down the wiring harness and almost shorted out the car. So those are like the headlights and the fans. And so the fans are running. There's smoke coming from this, and it was this stuff cooking down there. And so I just let it continue to cook, just because there's nothing else really to do about that. The ceramic coating that Isaiah's been bragging about for so long is working so well. It looks deceivingly cold, but also look at the ring on the E-Gate. It's purple. I'm exhausted, wind-whipped, sunburned, and yet we're going out for a third and final time to do counterclockwise with the 3-rotor. I'm super excited, except for whatever's going on right there. We're about to see what this car can do. I mean, the poor cars are not meant for this, but at the same time, it's what isn't. My strategy is to go faster. The car bounces a lot, so it's a little unsafe with some of the things I want to do, but I'll just keep improving. We're going to try and be, like, if my friend's 1 lap Billy, I'm going to be 2 lap Rob. So second lap's going to be my best lap.
that?
Oh my god, I had 2 different laps where each half the lap would have done it. The E-gate opened wide up. There was like an error. And so I had
Dude,
no
you
boost.
look like you're hauling.
Yeah, I had no boost one whole lap. So I'm curious to see how that lap did. I was really getting the car to
Yeah,
talk
you look
to me.
good.
But I have parts of each lap where I'm like, oh my god, it's so close. This car's insane. I had a good lap in there, just not all at once. Software opened my wastegate wide open, so I was NA.
Okay.
That's why I was like, oh, I'll let you pass me. As soon as you passed me, I was able to turn the car off, turn it back on.
Every single time you're making right turns, you're
Yeah.
dumping fuel on me.
Oh, I'm so, it's a mark of love. It was so funny because I was like, shit, the car's acting up, and then I key off, key on, and I had full boost, and I passed him.
Hey, that was fun though.
That was fun. That was so much fun going back and forth.
When you let me pass, my temps were already going up, so I was already hitting like 223, 225.
Yeah.
So I was hitting engine protection.
Okay,
Yeah,
that was
fun.
a
I
blast.
was chasing you the entire
That
time.
was so fun.
Yeah.
Check this out. Pushing down on this, snapped off this, causing this to hit right there. So we had a lot of things going on. Like Billy asked me to do is don't focus on tuning, focus on driving. We were shredding a little bit of everything. God, that was so much fun. It is day 2 for us here at Willow Springs, but this is the first day of me doing Big Willow. So we're still in the parking lot of Small Willow, or Streets of Willow, but we're gonna go ahead and travel down to the other paddock, the other place of parking, there's a really fancy way of saying it, to go hit the big, iconic track here at Willow Springs. So we just went and zip tied up part of the intercooler that was hitting the hood, which was then causing it to hit the pulley, trying to shred my alternator belt. So that might be a weakness during today's events. And then I was shredding some of the tire on this far side, so I cut that too. But what's really wild is you'll see that the body is twisting because it's completely loose. And so the tire is actually much closer to the headlight bucket than it was before. So unfortunate weirdness that's going on with the chassis, but we learned. So let's meet up back down there and send her out. We are filling up our beautiful ethanol. Oh no. Since we didn't bring a full drum of fuel, I don't know why we didn't do that, we're out of ethanol. And so one of the things I'm doing right now is focusing on fuel economy. I actually am tuning the areas, you know when I let off the pedal? Generally, I like having a lot of fuel there, not obsessive moon tune fuel. I pulled about 20% of the fuel out of there because it's going so rich that it goes off the scale of the O2 sensor. That I'm doing, and then I also, on this last session, I had increased the auto tuning fueling, so I added 5% there. So now I'm pulling that back out. So pulling some fuel out, it's not gonna make much of a difference, maybe a quarter of a lap, but that's part of the thing of racing too, is making sure you use what you've got. So kind of a disappointing moment, but we'll make the most out of it. It's finally time for the 3-rotor to go on the track. I don't know how much gas I have, but I'm glad I got a little bit of experience with the other car so I can try and make the most out of both the warm-up lap and the actual lap on this car. So we'll see how cool the car stays. It's hot, but it's not super hot right now, so that might help me out a little bit.
box. But I was bouncing so hard that the car, I spun out on a hilarious turn.
Oh, you spun out?
Yeah, I spun out with no reason, like with reason, because the car was bouncing so much. I slammed on the brakes, and the car just locks. Like,
Well, other than that, everything seems solid?
Yeah, she's solid.
How did it feel on the straightaways?
I'm bouncy as hell. Oh my God, what a rush. So I had a really good lap going, and then I slammed on the brakes, straight input, and the car just was like, and I spun out. It was kind of sick, and then I was able to get back on track and gun it and kind of warm the tires back up. I don't know what I ended up cutting for the second full lap, but you'll see it. The car's just, so as soon as it picks up like that, I can feel front of my steering wheel get light. Everything just like is like all over the place.
149, 420.
Hell yeah. She is terrifying, like fun as shit, but I was also overheating immediately, so I didn't want to push my luck, but we need to stiffen the suspension, absolutely stiffen this car, because it's just bouncing so much that I don't feel comfortable going into turns as much, because as soon as, especially on courses out here with road, like mountain courses, you have a lot of weight going on and off your suspension. And at those moments, this car becomes very unpredictable. But there you go. There is a drag car going out to the track and putting down respectable times for also being me, one of my first times out on the track. This one's meant for that big course, but I can only do about 2 laps before it goes. So we got some things we can do to upgrade this car, I think, without sacrificing anything else. So that way it can be a drag car, it can be a track car. So doing a post-race kind of like look at it, everybody just kind of stared at the car talking. Look at this, I saw this 5-star pattern, and I was like, what the hell? That's oil that's coming from inside these rings. And so I was like, what is that? And I looked and I see oil here too. You see me brake in a straight line and the car hooked to the right for no reason. It wasn't the pavement or anything like that. That tire's not oiled down, you know, the brakes aren't. So this brake wasn't braking as much as it should brake. Oh, the catch can. Oh, I didn't have to after the third session. Oh, okay, so there you go, guys. That's a dangerous thing to do. We'll deal with the recirc on this car way better, because the used oil should go back into the engine. The film and the fuel and the air should all separate, more like an air separation tank than anything. And so that way the oil can be reused and then doesn't go everywhere else. So this is just a traditional catch can setup, and that's what happens is it fills up. But you can actually kind of mitigate that a little bit because there's a lot of good oil sifting through that. That explains everything. I handled it the best I could, but I also caused it.